feel good in the morning. Take care of business. It's really this man's game. And after one visit to Dr. Feel Good, you understand why I feel good. Hey, here we go. Oh, yes. I don't know about you. Good God Almighty, the man show makes me feel real. All right, Dr. Feelgood. I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you at all, Dr. Feelgood. Hey, good evening, everybody. My name is Lamar, but you can call me Trey. Hey, welcome to For the Record, the word on the street. Hey, we got a interesting conversation this evening. I was supposed to have a guest, but he's out of South Carolina, and the storm just kicking up real bad, so couldn't get a good connection. But that's okay. We're going to have a short program. We're just going to chop it up and talk about a few things. We're just going to we're going to ad lib just a little bit. But that's all right. But first, let me take care of a little bit of this admin situation, if you don't mind, do you? All right. Yes. Okay. Well, as I often say, we're here on Mondays and Thursdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you can be on three platforms. You can get me on YouTube, you can get me on Twitter, and you can get me on Facebook. Now, listen, do me a favor now. You go ahead and hit that like button or that retweet button and give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down if that's how you see it. And, share, help a brother out. Let's get this party going on, okay? So that we can reach a broader. It's about the community. I'm just talking about the community. I'm trying to give some content, that I think we needed. That's the word on the street from where I'm at. And if you have a different word on your street, you got to let me know. So I can go ahead and scoop it up and dust it off and put it on the pavement and let's get it working. Yeah, let's get it working. So if you don't mind, you do those few things for me. Like I said, subscribe if you get it from YouTube. Give me a thumbs up and or retweet it and drop a comment. If you don't catch this live version, hit me up on the comment. Let me know how we doing. If you have something that's going on your street, hey, drop it in there. Let me get in there. Get a dive in there and see what we can do. Bring it up, man. Because this channel here is for us, by us, and you know what? We can only get together. We all get together. All right. So that's how we're gonna do it. We try to get some content for us, by us, and that us includes you as well. All right, today, we're going to talk about, you know, this so-called healthcare system that we're dealing with now. I don't know about you, but it's well. Look here, the bigger the headache, the bigger the pill, the bigger the doctor, the bigger the bill. You know, I mean, you know, I was never on this Obamacare thing, but I understand when I was talking to some folk, man, that thing was expensive. You know, it was just too expensive. That old Obamacare, and so a lot of folk just couldn't afford it. They just, use what they can. If they got too bad. Of course, they went to the emergency room, and that was their primary care provider, the emergency room. Imagine that, a country that you know we just spent over $2 trillion and counting in Afghanistan, but we can't get a good healthcare system here in America. Go figure. You just go figure it out. There's something wrong. To me, there's something wrong with that problem. You see, we got people here. When they get sick, they take that sickness to their jobs, and they take it and give it to other folk, and then they get sick. Now you get a whole section that is sick because they can't afford to not go to work. Holla if you hear me. Come on, drop me a line. Let me know how's it going, because I'm telling you, it just does not make sense. Hey, sweetie. Hey, sweetie. Yeah, okay. Gloria says hello there. Yeah, okay. I sure appreciate you this morning or this evening. I sure appreciate you. Yeah. But sure, I really don't understand this system. A system, that's supposed to be a healthcare system, but as it work out, it's more like sick care. Yeah, sick care. If you get sick, they really sick, they got to see you. That's one thing. They can't turn you away. You know, if you don't have a insurance card or not, if you sick, you got to be seen. That's the stunt. So they need to stop playing. That's what I say. I say they need to just stop playing and go ahead and make this thing a universal, where universal health care for everybody, lottie dottie, everybody. You go there, ain't no deductibles. You know, you go there, you just sign your name, show your ID or whatever the case may be, and you will be seen. I'm just talking about for the basic things now. I'm not talking about, hey, how you doing there, Kim? I see you. So I'm learning the ropes on this thing here. As the chats come in, I'm learning how to look at them and know who's who. Oh yeah. But yeah, but this sick care system, wow, is just not working. It's just not working for us. That's why I believe in the universal health care for everybody. There's no reason for any American in these United States to not be able to have the basic medical needs met. There's not one. And if there is one, go ahead, drop a line in the comments. Let me know. Let me know what you think about that. Do you think that the amount of money that we spend on other things, that we can afford a universal healthcare system? I think we can. I really do. There's no reason on God's green earth that we cannot have a universal healthcare system here in America. Now, like I just mentioned, they've just spent $22 trillion and counting in Afghanistan. Now, and they're going to be spending more bringing those folk over here. Are they going to be? Are they going to be paying for their health care? Come on now, make it make sense to me now. Make it make sense to me. Make it make sense. Now, I understand about being humane. I understand that part. But hey, your citizenry here in the United States, they need that same humane treatment. They need that same humane treatment. That there's an old proverb. You know, take care of a home first, and then spread abroad. You got to take care of a home first. Hey, all right there. I see you, Gloria. I'm glad you agree. Anybody else out there? Anybody listening? But that's just a fact. That is just a fact. That is just a fact. We here in America, there's to me now, it doesn't make any sense where we don't have universal health care for everyone. Everyone. And there you go there, Kim. You're right. Kim said, yeah, you're right. Yeah, that oligarchy is something. That's what that for-profit institution does. You know, listen. I like that. Make it make sense to me. Power. Power. To the few, and they make a decision about what you need. They don't. Hey, listen, listen. When it comes to their need, they don't have to think about it. They just don't have to think about it. They just don't. They just don't. You know, as it pertains to the healthcare system, the justice system, the financial system, they just don't have to think about it. They've already established. They're pulling the strings. Imagine this. Imagine this. About 2 or 3 years ago, there was this young man who bought out this company where they were selling drugs, the drug for less than $100. But when he bought that company, he flipped the script and was charging people $1,500 for the same drug here in America. And what one of the things that really gets my goat. A lot of the research, I'm gonna say it again, a lot of the research that they do, the United States has funded them, and I don't mind fund it away. I don't care. But listen, if you fund them, make sure that the people are the beneficiaries of that funding are the primary people who paid for that funding. Now, just think about that. If you go to a store, let's say you go to a grocery store, and you go out and you pick out your items, and then you get in the line, checkout line, and you go ahead and pay for whatever it is you bought. And as you are walking out the door, there's somebody at the door saying, "Hey, you paid for that. Now I'm gonna get some of the stuff, and you don't, and I have nothing to do with it. Just take your stuff out of your cart." You'd probably be kind of mad, won't you? I know I would be. I would say, "You better get your hand off my cornbread. You ain't getting my cornbread." And that's the way it is with the oligarchy. You see, they're using other people's money. They ain't using theirs. Hello, somebody. They are not using their money, and I'm not mad at them because I understand that. But see, if you use my money, I need a return on my investment. I need a return on my investment, and that is one of the things that I'm fighting for, or us in the ADOS community, a return on investment. Yes, what investment I'm talking about? Reparations, of course. I'm gonna be talking about that all the time. Yeah, yeah. My ancestors invested a lots of money. When I say money, I'm talking about their labor. Yeah, and some of their money and their time that they can't get back or couldn't get back in America. But the balance sheet says there's a payment due, but the persons who owe the money are him humming and shucking and jiving, and they're not doing what's right. They're not doing it right. And so let's get back to the medical system and this sick care, because that's what it is. That's what it is. I was reading this article, and uh, I was kind of shocked and surprised about the mortality death rate of our black sisters. It's crazy out there. It's just crazy. We're talking about prenatal care. You know all these things should be preventive measures to ensure the healthy and the well-being of young babies. But again, it's not equal. They just don't receive the same prenatal care as their counterparts. They just don't do it. And a lot of folks just don't understand that. They don't see it, because you know why? Nobody's talking about it. Nobody's talking about it. If they talk about it, they'll talk about it in a rush way. Just skim right over it. All right, this healthcare system is something serious. So one of the things I want to do tonight, and ask the question, because I remember when I was growing up, uh, you know, There was no doctor. You knew who the doctor was? Was mama and grandma and auntie. Yeah, those were the doctors. Anybody ever experienced anything like that? I mean, how many people in the comment section, had a lot of, had any doctor trips as they were young? Anybody? Because I'm telling you, I went to the doctor one time. Well, I take it back. I did, I was delivered by a doctor, so I guess I can count that as seeing a doctor. But when I was young, I had an accident. I ran into a tree while I was skiing on a toboggan, and I had to get splintered up. And I saw a doctor then. But when I got sick, had a cold, or I had the flu, grandma made up some stuff. Yeah, she surely did. She made up some stuff that helped me out. You know, yeah. Listen, it was nasty. It was sure enough nasty. Anybody here ever had anything called uh, castor oil or cod liver oil? Yeah, yeah. That kind of stuff. Yeah, but I do remember one tasty thing that one time I had my grandma made is when I had strep throat. Yeah, I had a strep throat when I was a young man, and so what she did was she took some whiskey and some peppermint. That's right, yeah, cod liver oil. Yeah, that's some nasty stuff, but hey, it did what it did. It did what it did, and she took some whiskey and some peppermint and some rock candy and a little lemon and make that concoction, and that's what I drank. For my strep throat. You know, I didn't know I was going to be an alcoholic. No, I'm just kidding. But home remedies, home remedies. We had this guy who used to come by my grandma's house, and she would uh, buy something that she called a salve. Yeah, so it looked like axle grease. Yeah, and whenever we had some major cuts and bruises, guess what she do? Come here, baby. Put some of that salve on us. It kind of burned a little bit. Yeah, but she put it on our wounds. She dressed us up, and we just went out and played some more. Yeah. Anybody? I know they don't do it much these days, but not some of the old school mothers might do this. Anybody remember Vicks Vapor Rub when you had a stuffed up nose? Yeah, you just put it right here, around here, so that you can breathe at night. Yeah, home remedies. Home remedies. Yeah, dandelion tea. Yeah, real dandelions. Yeah, hey, go figure. Go figure. Things like that. Old school stuff. Old school stuff. Remedies that kept us going. Yeah, there was no doctors back then, but yet we survived. And I'm not saying that we got soft. No, that's not what I'm saying. Because I'm so glad that we're still not using the horse and the buggy. Yeah, that's a bad deal. I'm glad we got automobiles. So times has changed, and as time has changed, I just venture to say everybody should move up to the 21st century. Everyone should move up to the 21st century. Now that the establishment. Now, what I'm talking about the established medical folk. There's so many home remedies and herbal supplements that they don't want to recognize, because if they do, they'll lose money. They'll just straight up lose money. Of course, and the fact of the matter is, they're not treating the problem. No, no, they are treating the symptoms. That's what they do. Now, at this time, I'm on a regiment, whereas uh, you know I'm trying to rejuvenate my body, and I've been on this regimen now for going on 3 weeks. Going on 3 weeks. This is my third week. I'm on it. Okay, third week I'm on it. And so and what this regimen is called OMAD. It's called OMAD, which stands for 1 meal a day. That's all I eat is 1 meal a day. Now I know everybody can't do that, but just bear with me for a second. Let me just explain how that OMAD worked for me. Okay. Now I have type two type two diabetes. I sure do. That's what the doctor said, and that's what And I've had it for a while, and so I take two types of insulin, a long-acting insulin and a short-acting insulin. Plus, I take a pill called Januvia. Yeah, Januvia. So yes, so I'm taking three types of medication for this one disease. Okay. Now, if anyone know anything about diabetes, um, it's a bad thing. It really is. It's a really bad thing. And you see, most diabetics, when they hear the word diabetic, our folk, they hear the word diabetic, it ain't too bad. You got a little sugar, that's all. You got a little sugar. And so, just keep on, stay on this insulin and then you're going to be, you're going to maintain your life for a while. But see, diabetes, that's a symptom. So I did some research on that. And so diabetes is a symptom. See, the real problem is I am insulin resistant. That's the real problem. I am insulin resistant. And so I didn't know that was the problem. I didn't, because my endocrinologist never told me that. He said I'm a type two diabetic, and I need to take X amount of insulin. And I showed up there with my A1Cs at 13.5, but that's killer mode. For you don't know, that's your blood is thick, and you have it's like oil. That's what it is. I'd had I don't know. I'm just I'm just eating up stuff because I just like to eat. That's right. But see, I was eating myself to death. I really was. I was eating. Now I didn't develop um, diabetes till later on in life. After I got out of the military, because when I was in the military, hey, I was active. I mean, hey, I was an infantry soldier. I was running around, like I was crazy. Yeah. But so when I finally uh, was diagnosed, now for a while, I knew I was something wrong with me, but I didn't know, and I just didn't want to say nothing. But it got so bad, I just couldn't hold it anymore. But when I got the diagnosis that I was a type two diabetic, and they started off with the pill and the insulin, and because my A1Cs were totally out the whack, and so I've been on it for a while, and so I was never actually explained, how how I became a diabetic. They never explained that to me. I did my own research. I did my own research, and the problem with being a type two diabetic is I became insulin resistant. Insulin resistance. Now I'm not a doctor, nor do I portray one on television. That's not what we're talking here. I'm just let you know some information because they will diagnose you with some stuff, and the diagnosis is really they're diagnosing an obvious symptom. So I just like somebody punch you in the nose, and your nose start bleeding. Well, the bleeding nose is a result of a punch to the nose. And, that's just it. You know, not the punch in the nose. They couldn't cure the punch in the nose because that already happened. But the symptom of the punch in the nose was the bleeding nose. But in my case of type 2 diabetes, there is a remedy for being insulin resistant. And so I've been doing this now. Like I said, going on 3 weeks, and you know, now I told you 13.5. That was at the beginning of this year. That was the beginning of the year. I was 13.5. I still didn't really. No one really explained to me what insulin uh, 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 resistant was. They never told me. As a matter of fact, I didn't even know that was the problem until I got till I changed into colleges and they told me no until I had a heart attack. Yes, I had a heart attack, and then my doctor told me, wow, you got your A1C is off the chart. Not only that, plus you got a clogged artery and we got to put a stent in. So I'm pretty jacked up right now. I said, man, I'm going to become the bionic man if I keep on messing around with this stuff. But listen. I don't think he meant to tell me that I had insulin resistance because I guess he didn't think I would be able to understand what that meant. They just prefer to tell you got diabetes, type 2 diabetes. That's all they prefer. That's because everybody know the word type 2 diabetes, but they don't understand. But a lot of people just don't understand the whole ramification behind type 2 diabetes. And so when they told me about insulin resistance, you know, I mean, I was kind of puzzled. I said, well, what does that mean? He said, well, your body has built up a tolerance to insulin. And so, I said, what, really? Now listen now. My body had built up a resistance to insulin. Now, then my brain started, rolling around. Well, if my body built up a resistance to it, then there should be a way to get to be able to let it receive it. So I started reading, I started looking at things, and I started watching some natural remedies and just reading, doing my own research about it. And I heard a lot of times people talk, you can reverse type 2 diabetes. You can reverse it. And you can. And you really can. I'm gonna live in proof. I'm gonna tell you. I'm not now. Listen. I'm not completely reversed now because I'm waiting till I get back to my doctor for them to be certified that I am. But right now, as of the day, uh, listen, because of the intermittent fasting that I do and the diet that I do right now, you know, my blood sugar levels you stay in the twos and 300s. Now it's down in the 100s, you know, average 100s, in that area range, which is normal. I have normal, and I don't take I don't take the insulin anymore because that was the first thing I had to do. I had to get off the insulin because I was insulin resistant. And so, and just briefly, what that means, if you're insulin resistant, what that means, you see, your cells, your blood cells, they need that insulin to get in your blood cells so it can break down the carbs or the sugar in your blood system. But because your blood cells are insulin resistant, it won't do it. You just store fat. Yeah, that's why a lot of folk who have type 2 diabetics they gain weight because the insulin is now becoming fat and you're storing up fat. And most of that fat it's around the midsection. Yeah, around the midsection. And so if you of course lower the amount of insulin that you inject yourself, because your body can produce some insulin, so that whatever the insulin that your body is producing plus the insulin that you're shooting inside you, that's just too much. Your body's your body's rejecting that. That's how you become insulin resistant. Your body's rejecting that stuff. And so my first thing was I stopped that insulin. I know I have not taken insulin and now for about 5 days now. Now I did it gradually, I did it gradually. I did it gradually. Now I'm not taking it. I'm just not taking it. However, however, now I'm not telling you to do what I do. I'm just telling you that it can be done. Because if I can do it, I know anybody else can do it. It's a lifestyle change. It's a lifestyle change. And so my whole now, I love to eat. Now let's don't get it twisted. I enjoy eating. Now, hey, listen, I am not going to stop eating. I'm just not, because I'll be crazy. However, I'm altering how I eat now. And so right now, I told you I'm on the OMAD regimen, which means one meal a day. And for me, what works for me is uh, I fast from 6 o'clock in in the evening, because after 6 o'clock in the evening, I don't eat anything. I drink water, or I can drink black tea unsweetened, or green tea unsweetened. And then the next time I eat, I have a block from 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Again, my cutoff is 6 o'clock. So between that time right there, I can have that's when I have my meal. That's when I have my meal, and I have my full meal. I don't have a portion a part meal. I have one full meal, and I eat good. I eat good. Now, but I don't eat a lot of carbs. No, I am not eating a lot of carbs. I don't eat a lot of carbs, but I found out that what works for me. Now, but now when you do this, or if you attempt to do this, make sure you watch what you eat, and make sure you test yourself. Now, I have a system. I have a testing system, so that I can test myself, every hour on the hour, to make sure that my blood level is on point. Yeah, on point. Because when I first tried it, when I first started, and one reason I got off the insulin, my sugar would constantly drop below the standard, which is my standard is is 7 deciliters. It was dropped past 7. Hey, I'm done. So I keep a range between 70 and 150, which I can really go to 180. But 150 is my goal, and that's what I've been maintaining. Okay, well, Kim says, how do you eat one meal a day? I eat good, and it's not. It was never difficult for me to eat one meal a day. It's because I was never a breakfast person. So that part was never an issue. My first meal normally started around uh, 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 11 or 12 o'clock. Anyway. So another couple of hours never mattered to me. Another couple of hours never mattered to me. But I did eat more than one meal. Sometimes I ate, I snacked. I did snack. But now I don't have to do that. And so Now, uh, the regimen that I'm on now, the lifestyle that I'm on now, once I get certified that my diabetes has been reversed, that has been reversed, I'm not gonna start eating, eating like I used to did, because just making sense. I got myself clean. And another point of what I do, and the reason I do it, because after after a certain point, your body start manufacturing, producing ketones, and ketones are the thing that you want. Trust me when I say that. Now I'm losing weight. I'm trying to get back down to my fighting weight. I was two. I was up to 238. Now I'm down to um, 223. And so, and this was in a 3 week period now. This is, and this is true weight. It's not water weight. This is true weight, because my body now has has start the keto process, where it's eating up fat, where it's eating up fat, and so I'm losing weight, is eating up fat. I'm watching my carbs, and I still eat a little carbs. No, not, I still eat a little carbs. I still eat a little carbs. I don't, but my carbs are not as high as I once did. I cut the, I cut on, man, practically all of my sugar. I mean, pure sugar. When I say pure sugar, like pies, man, I love candy bars and things like that. I didn't cut all that out. That's done. So when we eat, we see food, and and it's appealing, especially if it's well prepared. Hey, it can become the enemy, and it was my enemy for a long time. I've made peace with the food, and so now I'm able to eat responsibly, and you know I'm still on the journey. I have not made it yet, and I'm gonna give you guys some update as I'm going. I say in about another 30 days, for sure, for for sure. If I maintain the same my same level, my sugar, my A1Cs, and I'm doing the same thing, I can have I can turn it into 2 meals. I can, but I will see. Now, during the holidays, now I might have to jump the ship just a little bit, but again, I still won't overdo it, no matter what, because my lifestyle has changed. Because this, and let me tell you another benefit of this, because see, your body actually heals itself. It does. It can, if you give it time. If you give it time, your body. That's why I became insulin resistant, because it was trying to heal it. It was trying to heal it, but it could never get healed, because I was like forcing sugar down its throat. Here, take this, take this, take this, and it was rejecting it. And so when it rejected it, it was making storing up fat. I was storing up fat everywhere. I was getting pudgy, Buddha. So now, you know, now that I know better, I'm trying to do better, but not only for my outward appearance, but for my inside. So that one thing that was never taught to us was the importance of a healthy gut. It was never that was gut, man. That's why I put my food. Well, you're right. That's where when you put all that stuff in your gut, and it breaks down, it breaks down whatever you ate. That stuff right there is going to your whole body. So we never really Thought about it. Only thing we thought about poison, but we didn't know a lot of food that we were eating would just poison us. Would just poison us. Sugar is really a bad thing. It really is. Now I'm not trying to vilify sugar now, you know, because that's I'm not doing that. But what I'm saying to you is that to some folk, once they get to a certain point, sugar is killing them. That sugar is killing them. I'm talking that pure sugar, sweet. That yeah, yeah. Now, not the now if you eat a lot of carbs, and that's all you eating is carbs. Listen, listen. You're killing yourself as well, but you do it on a slow track. You're doing it on a slow track. Trust me when I tell you. And so, but I say to myself, how did all of my, relatives, how did they manage that stuff? There was no, I mean, there was diabetes because I remember my aunt had diabetic, but back in the day, I mean, she lost her leg. Yeah, back then there was no, they didn't have the medication for diabetes like they have now. She lost her leg, and eventually she died by diabetic complications. My brother, he had diabetes, got a stroke. Diabetes. See, but we think it was the diabetes that did it, but it wasn't. It was the insulin resistance that caused heart problems, that caused uh, uh, um, Alzheimer, that caused you know um, swelling in your joints. Insulin resistance. That is the culprit. And if we get a and if we just get a hold of that there, fundamentally, even indigestion. Yes, yes. Your second brain, your stomach. You got two brains. You got the one up here, and you got your stomach. Your stomach is your second brain. Believe it or not, let your stomach get hungry. I'm really hungry. It's whether you obey it or not. It's gonna talk to you. It's gonna talk to you, growl at you, and your neighbor's gonna hear it. Yeah, yeah. And so my guest who was supposed to be here, he has a product line that's with Irish sea moss, and I'm gonna get him on this on here directly, but yeah, Irish sea moss. I take I eat at least 1 tablespoon of Irish sea moss, and this particular one is Irish sea moss with elderberry. It's a paste, and I add that to my meal. Or I don't have. Or sometimes I don't eat it with a meal. I just eat it by itself. Now it's an acquired taste. Now to me, it's not nasty. No, it's just a flat, tasteless substance. But if you add it with something, it goes in the mixture of whatever you mix it with. So yes, 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 yes. I think I think uh, uh, um, you know our health is something that we really don't manage well because we really don't put value on it. I mean, we put value, but we don't put the necessary value that we think that we ought to. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, lots of things. We'll spend more money on a pair of sneakers than health food, than eating healthy. We'll go to McDonald's or you go to a Chinese restaurant and get a lot of whatever it is you get, and because it's cheap and it's plentiful, when you could just simply, went to another place and ate a real organic meal, which is better for your body. Now, I'm not saying that you should do that all the time. That because because you only got one life to live, so you should enjoy it. But enjoying it doesn't mean destroying it. That's all I'm saying. Enjoy your food, enjoy your body, enjoy your life, but do it without destroying it. And you can do that. And you can do that. And so yeah, so that the Irish sea moss has many benefits. Right, has many benefits. And another thing that I take on a daily, I take two tablespoons of of olive oil. Now, this olive oil is not just the kind you get off the street at a store. This is full of polyphenols, and again, that's another something. Polyphenols is a nutrient that helps promote healthy heart, healthy digestive system, and healthy brain. Yeah, and healthy skin. Yes, all that. And so there are remedies out there that natural remedies out there that we need to take a look at. All these chemicals we place in our bodies, and all these not only just hard chemicals that we put on, but get back to nature. You're not, we are supernatural creatures, and so it only makes sense to put natural things in our bodies for real. But that doesn't mean you can't every now and then indulge into something better or something fun to eat. Because I still enjoy a nice cake or whatever, but I just know I just can't have it every day, or I can't have it in abundance. I got to watch what I eat. You should as well, because the health system that we have right now. Listen, it's not a health care system; it's a sick care. You know, for those who don't have any money, the pharmaceutical companies are just looking for ways to separate a fool from its money. But it have a hard time with our community because we like sneakers, we like clothes, and we like to eat. And so, as I'm getting ready to close, let me just ask that. Just drop a line. Just drop a line. Tell me what remedy that you use when you were growing up, or your family used. What cure? What ailment? You know, what ailment? What ailment? And honey. Let me tell you something. Honey is. I mean, now I'm talking about raw honey. I'm not talking about that. That processed honey. I'm talking about raw honey. Yeah, yeah. It's good for a lot of things. It's good for your eyes. If you have eye problem, also sight, honey, honey, yeah, honey will help that out. Will help fix that. And hair. The Glory said, don't forget the hair. Yes, yes. And so I hope that you know that we be more mindful in what we put in our bodies. Really, I do. I really do. And I'm not saying it because you know I'm mindful of what I put in my body. I'm saying it because I want you guys around. I need you guys to be around. I need y'all to be around because, to be honest with you, I see a bright future. I really do. I see a bright future. But you got to be there. You got to be there to be a recipient of it now. Yes, yes, yes. Oh yeah, okay. And oh, okay. Gloria says, "Oh, we spent a lot of money on hair." I guess I just spent a couple of bucks on the hair today. No, not to get weed. No, to get mine done. Yeah, yeah. And listen. You're if you get yourself internally, if you get you internally fixed up and cleaned up and everything, hey, there's nothing wrong with getting a little you know external done, because you don't want to be looking around. You don't want to be walking around looking like you're sad and all that stuff. You want to be on the one. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay. Good says the weave. I don't know anything about the weave, but some people and some people might need it. There's the cases. So each to reach, each to reach, each to reach. But first, take care of your. Take care of your body. Take care of your body for God's sake. That's the only one that you have. That's the only one you have. You know, yeah, that's the only one that you have. All right, y'all. Hey, listen, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that retweet button, drop a few comments in, and listen. And I really thank you. I am working on a project, and I'm going to be putting it out there, and uh, it's about relationships, and the relationship I'm talking about is about. I don't want to call them, mixed children, because that's not what we are. I'm not. Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Kim. Thank you very much. Thank you. Because we need to work on our bodies. We definitely need the body. Yeah, well, yes. I was sitting in the shop today getting my hair done, and it costs. My hairstyle cost me 100 now. It costs 100 to get mine done. I'm not gonna lie. It cost me 100 to get mine done. Some guys in there getting it done too, because we got locks. It costs a little bit. But the other thing that I want to say before we get out of here is, about mix. What do we call ourselves now? When interracial marriage, and they produce a child from both groups, what do we call them? What are we calling them? Are we calling them mixed? I don't like that word. I really don't like that word mixed. That means the mix make it like garanimals or some kind of crazy thing, you know. And that bi, I don't like that bi, because they're not truly bi, you know, you know, yes, I've got several relatives who one parent is, Caucasian, the other parent is naturally black. I got some that are uh, uh, Mexican, and of course, their father is black. But I don't call them mixed. I don't call them mixed. But they identify themselves as mixed. But what should we call them? What should we call them? Drop in the comments. What should we call them? What should we call them? Yeah, yeah. And when I asked them, I've asked them that question. I said, what do you identify as? I've asked them that, and some say, black, and some say, um, you know Mexican. You Moreover, the one that has the white parent, they identify them as themselves as black. The one that has the Mexican parent, consider themselves as a Mexican. That's what they consider themselves as. But when they go out, the world, the world call them black. Oh, and Kim says, "What's wrong with mixed?" To me, that has a connotation. Just for me, that has a connotation of 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 confusion. Mixed. Just confused, and they may be confused. I don't know, but they shouldn't. They shouldn't even be filled. You're mixed up. You're mixed. No, no, they had no recourse about who they were when they got into this world. They have a recourse as to what they identify as they grow up. So that's my my thought on the word mix as it relates to a human being. Because we're all, if that's the case, we're all mixed with something. We're all mixed. We're all mixed with something. It just doesn't. If you take your DNA, take that DNA test and see your lineage and all that kind of thing, you find out you're mixed with something. So mix is not, to me, is just for me. It's not a appropriate word for a human being. They get the. I believe they should have a opportunity to define themselves. You know, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Does that make sense, Kim? Got it. Okay. Yes. Yes. Yeah. 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 Angel Sanders, you say what? Yes. And so I'm going to have a show. I'm going to bring on some folks that was what I call more of interrelation interrelationship children, interrelationship children. I like that better. Interrelationship, you know, you know, different, uh, you know, you know, relationships. And yeah, so I'm gonna have a conversation because as we move forward as a community, I'm talking about the ADOS the ADOS community. As we move forward, we need to, we are I'm saying I'm talking about we. What I prefer to do is to identify, help those who have this who have a problem identifying themselves who they are, and give them a sense of being. Because I speak to a lot of them, because I've got them in my family, and I speak to them, and they're confused. So mixed, yeah, they get mixed. They're all mixed up. They really are, especially when they're young. They're all confused, especially when they're young, and when they become teenagers. Oh Lord, they're really acting out because unless because a lot because the parents, when I say the parents, I'm talking the mother and father, oftentimes don't really address that in their life. Other people are addressing it for them. Yes, that's the word. A lot of people are not just addressing. I'm not saying it's a shameful thing. What I'm saying is it's they don't know how. They just don't know how to address that. You know, and especially if one of them has split. One of them split, and the relationship is no longer in effect. Yes, it happens. Yeah. So anyway, we're gonna live right there, and I thank you for coming, and I just say be blessed, because listen, you know, and I'm gonna use this word. God did not make any extra people. He didn't. He did not make any extra people. Everybody that He formed, everyone that has He created, and everyone that's been from the time past and to the present time, everything, everyone is intentional. And so since God only does things with intention, and He doesn't make any trash, He intends for you to have your best life. So that's what I say for you tonight. Have your best life. Dance a little bit, laugh a little bit, enjoy the ride. Because someday, as we know it, the show is going to be over. All right, y'all take care of yourself. Be blessed. Until next time, the word on the street. What's going on your side of the word on the street? Bye bye now.